All right, guys, so hopefully you were good with the area models. And now this, we've got our all-American breakfast choices. So if you've been to like a Waffle House or a Huddle House or even an IHOP, they all have some, selection where you have a combination of like eggs and meat and toast. Some of them have a waffle, some have pancakes. It changes a little bit. But the idea here is we're trying to say, well, how many combinations would they have? And if you're like, well, why does that matter? Well, if you are, the manager or even the owner who's having to place the orders for all of the items, it is important to know, like, all right, well, how many approximately do I need to make, and what are people choosing? Like, are more people choosing a fried egg over a scrambled egg, or more people choosing bacon over sausage, or ham, or white toast, or wheat toast? So there's different things that you have to kind of factor in. You may not have to know all the probable outcomes, but at least a general tallying of what people are ordering and making that combination. So this video is a little shorter. So hopefully you guys weren't watching me on like 1.5 speed on the last one to get through or clicking through. All right, so how many combinations of American breakfast are possible? So we're looking at this. You say, well, I see I got fried egg, scrambled egg, and I got poached eggs. All right, so if we're looking at those three combinations, for our eggs, there's three choices. All right, so you got three. You got bacon, ham, or sausage. So for the meat selection, you also have three choices. And then for our bread, or your toast, you could call it, whatever you want to say, we have three options. So 3 cubed, or 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So there'd be 27 possible combinations based off of those. Obviously, if you threw in a waffle, or you threw in some other item, I don't know, biscuits and gravy maybe, then it would add more potential outcomes. But we're just focusing on these three for now. All right, so what's the probability that the next order of American breakfast, like when someone comes in, and the probability of the next order is going to be fried egg, bacon, Italian toast? All right, so what we do is based off of the decimals here, which is the percentages that they've come up with of those that's at this specific restaurant that usually lean that way. So if they're leaning that way and they're saying, well, fried egg, we see is the majority of customers. It's not quite up the 50 like an ultimate, over majority, but it is more than the other two. So 42% is what would be fried egg. All right, so that's our fried egg right there. All right, then if you are looking at the next, we got bacon, and this is a overwhelming majority here. So we'll just follow our fried egg track. All right, so fried egg 42.75 is our bacon. That's your bacon percentage, and your majority are going that route, which I'm not surprised. Most people choose bacon. Sausage, I think, would be the next highest, but it's not in this case. It's 15% ham, 10% sausage, maybe some dry sausage or something there. And then Italian toast. When we look at our Italian toast, going that same track, we are bacon, and then we are. I gotta scroll just a little more. There we go. Bacon, and then we're headed to our Italian toast. So that would be times 0.60. All right, that's our Italian toast. All right, so we're just going to put all that in the calculator. 0.42 times 0.75 times 0.60. We're multiplying there. We would get a total of, change the color up here, a total of 0.189, which is 18.9% when it's talking about a probability. All right, so it's a likely possibility. Because that's almost a fifth of all the customers. So that's pretty good, but it's still relatively low. What's the probability that the next order of the American breakfast is not? All right, so this is where you got to pay attention to that. Not is not scrambled eggs. So if it's not scrambled eggs, then we take, okay, well, what was scrambled eggs? All right, so we're looking here. Scrambled eggs were 0.36. All right, so we're going to use that for now. I know it's saying it's not, so just bear with me here. So scrambled eggs is 0.36. All right. Then it says bacon. We already established a moment ago that bacon was 0.75. All right, and then so that's our bacon. And then Italian toast we just said was 0.60. So we'll continue that same Italian toast, bacon. All right, so it's right up there, but it's 0.60. All right, so Italian toast, 0.60. So we'll multiply all that out, and we're going to see that we get 0.162. Now, that's not our answer, so you got to be careful because it's saying what's the probability that that's not going to happen, meaning it's more likely the other way around. So what you do is you say, well, this is out of 100%, right? So you would take 1 minus 0.162, and we get 0.838, which means there's an 83.8% likelihood that that is not going to happen. So it's easier to say that there's like something's not going to happen, that there's something is, when there's a lot of possibilities. All right, so let's look at another one here. What's the probability that the next order of American breakfast is scrambled egg and ham? All right, so we're off of the knot here. It is scrambled eggs and ham. All right, so if we're saying, well, those are our only requirements, then we're going to look for our scrambled eggs, 0.36, and our ham, 0.15. And those are the only numbers that we need because that means that they're fine with any of the toast options. So the probability that it's going to be scrambled eggs, we said is 0.36. So that's our scrambled eggs. And then it's going to be ham. Our ham was 0.15. So our ham, 0.15. And then you multiply those two, and you'd have a larger, excuse me, a smaller number that we're selecting here because we have 5.4% that's going to be one of the items that, or two of the items that are selected. All right, but they only give us two, so we don't know the third one with the bread. And to multiply by all the bread, so we'll look at that, and there you go, delicious. I don't remember if that was Waffle House or what, but I think so based off of the look of the plates, maybe Huddle House. All right, so from there, we would take the probability of sausage and wheat toast. All right, so sausage, let me get it on my screen here, is 0.10. Wheat toast is 0.17. So both very small percentages, the smallest of the options there. So we've got 0.10 for our sausage. And then we said 0.23 for the wheat toast. And that's 0.023, which when we move our decimal is 2.3%. So very low probability for our options there. All right, so that's our All-American breakfast. So you can combine that with the longer lesson, and hopefully you're all pen and back count. All right, thanks, guys.